All right, so to start out my position about why, like, you want me to argue specifically for why, like, Dabura is in Lightspeed or something more particular, like Universe Dabura or what?
No, but why he's not on Sukuna and Gojo's level in skill and power?
Yeah, the reason why he isn't on Gojo and Sukuna's skill in terms of, well, no, level in terms of like skill and power is because part of the power would be the curse energy reinforcement and also the curse energy output, and it seems like he's lacking in those categories. The justification for that, also the skill would also be corresponding with that because there's going to be a correlation between higher powered characters, like more powerful characters, and being more skilled. Curse energy reinforcement and curse energy output are tied to that specifically, so that's going to be the point behind that. To justify my view real quick and to sort of explain why like my view has greater explanatory power is because it's there that like Kashimo can specifically use like any phenomena created by electricity to be a thing within his arsenal. He can use any single phenomena created by curse energy to be a weapon within his arsenal. Electromagnetic waves can be created by electricity, so we can use that. Those are literally just lights, so we can use light speed attacks. If that's the case, he's probably going to use that against Sukuna because he wants to be, he wants to defeat Sukuna because the whole point of Kashimo as a character is he's lonely, so he wants a challenge. Holding back would actually like be counterintuitive towards the loneliness aspect, so he should probably go all out. And in response to the next part of the point, which is just going to be like, okay, if that's the case, since Sukuna dodges that, then he's going to be FTL. He's going to be faster in light. He's much faster than Kashimo. He honestly blitzes him a couple of times, and that's not even his full power. At his full power, he's like significantly faster than that. It's even stated by like Yuta that if like Sukuna was at full power when fighting Yuta, they would have instantly died, which kind of implies that like he probably could like speed blitz him immediately, where he's like a one shot level higher. Both of those would sort of like imply like a much greater like difference in power. So either way, like whatever the quantification is, it's still going to be sufficient for the debate. And the reason why like my position is better on explanatory power is because it's better on the epistemic view of consistency, the epistemic virtue of consistency, sorry, the consistency of what we believe to be logical. And what we believe to be logical is if there's this correlation between this character performing at sub light speed, then we would expect him to be below other characters when it's a consistency within the story that the greater stats you have, or the greater curse energy output you have, or the greater curse energy reinforcement you have, the greater your stats will be. Also, like any statements about him like surpassing the limits of mankind are made in the current moment, so those could just be present tense statements. So those are just speculative statements, so those wouldn't really go towards anything. So those are just statements that can be equal interpreted. So via that, my position has more justified propositions. You're not going to be able to justify any propositions in response to that, so you're just going to lose off of that. Obviously, positions that have more justified propositions are giving you more of a reason to believe in the position, so mine is just more likely to be true. Anyways, that's it. Respond to that.
Nice shotgun. So the first thing you said was something about them having better reverse curse technique or some shit or like curse energy enhancement. Like
Wait,
it
what
wasn't
is
on the
this
same level.
bro?
Do you remember what you said?
I ain't gonna lie, Haram. You gotta help him, bro. That was crazy.
It's one
It was,
point
Are
if
you
you
still
listen
like
to
a
this.
hundred thing?
yeah, it was a shotgun, but he made a claim that like Dabura or whatever
He's got greater curse energy reinforcement and greater curse
Bro.
energy output than I made at the start
that
of this debate.
they have better uses with it. I mean, they both. I mean, Dabura is shown to do the same exact thing that Gojo and Sukuna do with curse energy reinforcement and RCT. Even with curse technique reversal, which we only see like I think around like 5 people use curse technique reversal in series. So it already puts them around like that actually puts him around Gojo level. I don't know if Sukuna uses any curse technique reversal other than RCT to heal
Yeah, why
himself.
is that sequitur? Why is that proposition sequitur?
So that's
Like just
something he
using
has
reverse
over
curse technique makes
Sukuna.
you Gojo level when we have characters like Shoko who aren't even special grades who are like ass as fuck and never are shown to be
Yeah, she
fighting or used
can't.
in battle.
She's not able to do reverse curse techniques. She only has
That's
reverse curse
actually wrong.
techniques.
She actually can use reverse curse technique. Actually,
No,
Nobody
actually,
said.
it's
Don't
stated.
get it wrong.
Actually, it's
Don't get it
stated
wrong.
before. Actually, it's stated before Gojo like learned a reverse curse technique that he tried to understand it
curse
from Shoko,
technique
but Shoko was so
reversal.
bad
Somebody
at
said
Yeah,
it wrong.
explaining it that he
Somebody said it
couldn't
wrong.
figure it out.
Somebody
curse
said.
technique reversal. Yeah, she can't use that. Only Gojo uses that because curse technique reversal is powered by positive energy.
Are you talking about the application of positive curse energy into a curse technique?
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, yeah. Dabura does that. What Gojo does, we don't even see Sukuna do that.
Okay, why does that make like
That's
fucking
something that he can
Gojo
do
level?
that
Like, how do we
Sukuna
know that
hasn't
that
been able
specific
to do.
ability isn't just an ability which can be used by even lower grade sorcerers and lower class sorcerers in terms of strength?
He said what?
How do we know that people who are like lower grade, lower class sorcerers could also do that? Like, how do we know that they couldn't also do that, or likely could also do that? Like, how do we know that? What's the
We
justification
know
for that proposition?
Utah stated to be able to do or be able to use positive energy, and he is never able to output it in the curse technique.
We know that Gojo couldn't do it, so you literally just
No,
hedged your original claim.
Utah.
What did you just say?
I said Utah
Yuta couldn't do it? How do we know that Yuta couldn't do it?
because he's never showcased doing it.
It's an argument from ignorance fallacy. Let's go. Okay.
It's inductive reasoning.
It's inductive reasoning. Can you explain how that's inductive reasoning for me
If
real quick?
somebody or deductive reasoning, if somebody, i.e.,
Oh,
has
it's
the ability
deductive
to do
reasoning? So
this,
you think it's a necessity? You think it's like impossible for you to actually do this thing? Why is
I
it
think he does.
impossible for you to do
I
this
don't
thing?
think it. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think he's shown doing it though.
Okay, then you just hedged.
It's not hedging.
No, deductive claims are necessity claims, meaning that if the
How,
premises are
how
true,
is that
this thing has
hedging?
to be true by necessity. It's true by definition. It's an analytical truth.
What's the analytical truth?
An analytical truth is a truth by definition.
No, what are you saying is an analytical truth?
What am I saying is an analytical truth?
You said it's an analytical truth. What
It's an
is it?
analytical truth. It's an analytical truth that if you're making a deductive argument, you're making an argument from necessity.
No, what's an argument for necessity?
Something that cannot be another way. It would be contradictory for this thing to go another
Yeah,
way. This
I
thing
didn't
has to
say
go in a
that.
specific
I said
way.
he's not shown
In every
doing it, so
single
we don't know
world,
if
this
he
thing
can or
will
cannot.
happen.
Know.
It will not happen in
All,
any different way.
all I know is that we have a feat in which Dabura and
I know
Gojo
that's
are
all you
shown
know.
to
You
be
don't know
able to
anything.
do that, right? So I'm not saying it's impossible for you to do it. I'm just saying he hasn't showcased that skill yet.
Okay,
You
why is this of
understand?
relevance?
Because I'm showing you ways that Dabura compares to high tiers within the series. That's just one example.
Okay, Dabura also shares skin with high tiers. Why does this have any relevance? Can you explain why this is like a relevant similarity?
Because then he would have to be around the same level of the people he is comparative in terms of skills and his output.
Okay, so anyone who has skin is automatically on the level of Gojo and Sukuna. Nice reductive. You
What
just
do you
got fucking
mean?
deep.
What do you mean skin? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Dabura has skin and flesh. He has all that stuff. Flesh and
I'm
bones.
not
He has
talking
that.
about that. It's just I'm talking about
But
his
that's a
ability
similarity though, so it
in
just
the
seems like a
series.
debunked your argument.
What?
You want to
How does
conclude? You lost.
how does that debunk my argument? You saying they both
Because you
have
said having
skin?
any necessity, any
That's,
comparabilities, any similarities to Gojo and Sukuna automatically make you on their level,
no, I'm
which is
pointing out what's in terms of jujutsu.
okay. Anyone who uses Curse Energy is on Gojo and Sukuna's level.
No, that's not what I said. It
You said
depends
in
on how
terms of Jujutsu, Curse
depends on
Energy
how
is a
you
part of Jujutsu
manipulate it in your
sorcery. Did you not
amount
know that?
and all that. What'd you say?
Okay.
You keep talking
Curse
while I'm
Energy is a
talking.
part of Jujutsu sorcery. If you're saying it's in reference to Jujutsu, this is a part of Jujutsu sorcery. So your argument would entail this.
What that that's because you both use curse energy doesn't mean you're on the same level. Like what? I'm saying it depends on the amounts and what you're able to
Oh, you
do with
disagree
the
with your
curse
own
energy.
argument? That's fantastic. I love you. I love the concession.
There's levels to curse energy manipulation. Like what are you talking about?
What are the sufficient and or necessary conditions to actually make you on Gojo or Sukuna's level?
Have a i.e. certain amount of curse energy, certain amount of manipulation with that curse
How much curse?
energy,
How much? How much?
special grade amounts. So I'd say around enough to power
So
a
Yuta,
nation.
Yuki, Geto are all equal to Gojo and Sukuna.
They're special grade,
So
but
Mahito, Jogo, Dagon, Hanami, they're all Gojo and Sukuna level.
hmm? I mean, they're special grades, but special grade sorcerers are different. Their criteria for curses are
Okay, what
different.
about
That would be the
Yuta,
topic.
Yuki, and Geto? What about those guys?
Ghetto, Yuki, and Yuta all are special grade. Yeah, I don't think they're on Gojo and Sukuna's level. I'm just giving
You've
you the
already
bare
conceded
minimum
so
requirement
much
for that.
backtracking. Oh my god. Anything else?
What are you talking about? I said the bare minimum requirement for a sorcerer is to be able to power a nation or be able to have enough power to take over a
Does this
country,
have any
right?
relevance to the original claim? How does this suffice to claim that you're actually on Gojo or
Because
Sukuna's level?
you asked me how much.
Okay, special grade
I'm giving.
sorcerer. So you're literally making the claim that Yuta is on the level of Gojo and Sukuna because he's a special grade sorcerer, or special grade sorcerer's level of curse energy.
I'm saying he's around the special grade level. That's the bare minimum.
It's the
I'm
bare
not
minimum.
saying he's on their level.
So if you suffice the bare minimum, are you automatically on their level, or do you have to meet a specific threshold?
I'm just explaining why he meets the bare minimum, and then we'll go from there. You need to start tracking. This is crazy.
I think I'm not tracking.
Yes.
Okay. So where do you want to go from there since he meets the minimum threshold? Is there anything else you can say?
Now I'm explaining why he is above that minimum threshold. You understand?
Okay, sure. He's above the minimum threshold, the unquantifiable, unknown minimum threshold. Yeah, we've quantified it. Even though we haven't.
What are you
So
talking
how
about?
does this get him to Gojo level? How does this get Dabura to Gojo level? Is what I'm saying specifically.
All right. So one, I already shown he's able to use curse technique and manipulate it similar to Gojo with RCT and curse technique reversal. Right. He also has the same know-how and skill
So
set.
is Akari stronger than Gojo and Sukuna because he has better
And
RCT
same-
than them?
he's better than them in that he has RCT.
So is he stronger than Gojo and Sukuna? We're on their level.
Are you guys?
I
I'm
never made-
confused what you guys are arguing. Like,
Yeah, I'm not claiming that he's stronger than Gojo. I'm saying
are
he's
you guys
around
talking
the
about
level
One of
of
the
skill
skill
and
and
sufficient
power.
conditions of in your argument is just to have like curse
What
energy.
did you say, Comrade?
If you're just talking
Are you
about like lots
guys?
of curse energy, like reverse
Whatever.
curse technique or like curse
Wait,
technique
hold on.
reversal, you apply positive
What you
energy
say,
instead of
Comrade?
negative energy
What
into your
you say,
curse technique,
Comrade?
then one thing that would be true of your argument is that Hakaru would actually be on their level
What you say,
one of the
Comrade? What you
conditions
say,
when he has
Comrade?
a reverse curse technique.
What you say,
I just
Comrade?
wanted to ask: Are you guys talking? Are you guys arguing whether Dabura is as strong as them, or are you talking about his skill as a sorcerer? Like, what
I'm saying
specifically?
he's around the same level in terms of skill and power.
So that's the topic: skill and power. You aren't saying that Dabura is as strong as them and he's as skilled as them, or I'm saying he isn't.
Yeah, in terms of, he's around their levels in terms of like skill, in terms of jujutsu and stuff. The only thing he's lacking is experience. But he's like
Okay,
a
Dad.
prodigy.
I want to go soon, so if you don't debunk the next thing I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna conclude the whole debate and say you lost. Be the propositions that I laid out earlier that you didn't track, the
Yeah, you
variety
mean
of
the
propositions.
shotgun? You mean the shotgun?
Yeah,
Which
when I
is
shotgun on
fallacious?
purpose because you can't track anything
That's
I say.
fine.
You didn't
And
even track the
Then
initial point, the
I'll ask
literal easiest
Andre
point
to
to track
judge
for
what
this
you
whole
think.
debate. You literally, if I only made one point,
Yeah,
you still wouldn't be able to track.
I'll ask the judge what you think. That's fine. Who cares what you go around saying? Who gives a fuck?
Nah, I don't really give a fuck what you say. Like, I'm literally gonna say I beat you no matter what. I literally have like
Okay,
65
yeah.
plus
And then if
videos on my
Tommy
YouTube
gives his
channel of
actual
beating debaters,
judgment and
battling with
it happens
MIT
to be
debaters.
in my
I didn't
favor,
even record
then I'll
this.
just say
It's
the
literally not even
exact
worth
same thing
recording. I'm
about
not gonna
you.
upload your
I'll be like,
reviews.
oh, he tried to shotgun me. I pointed out similarities in
I
JJK
did
knowledge
shotgun you. I
system,
did
and
shotgun you
then
on
he said he
purpose
was gonna
because you
say
didn't
he
track the first
won.
point. The
That's
shotgun wasn't even
literally all.
necessary. I literally could have just made one point and then concluded the whole debate, and you would have lost
So
the whole debate all
you admit to
along.
shotgunning, which is fallacious, which I already called out multiple
I
times.
think it's logically fallacious to shotgun someone.
Yes.
There's no way y'all finna argue about that,
Yeah.
bro.
So, what
Please.
theory of truth are you abiding by?
Alright, that's a
No.
red herring right now. Who cares?
It's a red herring. Why is it a red herring?
Because it's off topic to what we're currently talking about, which is
Why is it
JJK.
off topic? Justify that proposition. What theory of justification are you using?
Is it what? Is it JJK?
Hmm? It could be
Is it
related. I'm not sure. What's the justification for that proposition?
why aren't you sure?
Hmm? Why
Why
am I
aren't you
not
sure?
sure? That's not relevant. I don't have to actually answer that question. It doesn't actually affect the truth
Why
of the
if it's
premise
not relevant, if it's
or the
pertaining to the
proposition.
topic you're trying to push right now, so it's pretty relevant. It's your
Because
main
it's part of the
opinion.
topic that automatically means it's
So
relevant.
okay,
So when
so
I
you
say that
don't
you can't
care, so
track, I
you
actually
don't
have to
care
like give
about
a
it. So it's
formal
just red
argument of a
herring.
premise by premise format for why you
Like
didn't
I
track
said,
and win the debate.
are you
Yeah, you
tracking
said
what I'm
debunked. That was a
saying?
bit conservative.
You're just going on a tangent right now. Didn't you say you're gonna make some retard ass argument and then leave with your tail between your legs? Isn't that what you said?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So go
So
ahead,
so
make a
I've already
JJK
debunked. I
related
already
top.
debunked what you said. I debunked it. I made the claim. Is
So
there anything
what was
else
the
you want to
debunk?
say? No.
What was the debunk?
Phone a friend.
What was the debunk?
Phone a
He
friend.
said phone a friend.
The fuck does that mean?
I think he wants somebody else to explain.
Okay, so comrade, what was the debunk to what he said?
So
Yeah, I don't know. He just said he debunked it. He didn't even specify what he debunked. He's a
The
retard.
last thing you said, the last argument he made.
Which was what? That he's on the same level in terms of skill with Gojo? How did he debunk that? Yeah, that's the entire topic. You didn't debunk that. You just kept asking me a bunch of questions. I kept like,
All right, Jay,
holding
do you
your
want to end
hand.
this whole debate since you just lost? You just want to end this whole debate since you lost?
I lost. How did I lose?
You have a debunk.
Debunk to what? You didn't debunk anything I said.
You have a debunk to the last proposition I made. The sets of propositions, yes or no? If you don't, I'm going to end this debate. You have
You're
lost.
just
You have
being
lost.
ambiguous. You don't really know what you're talking about.